welcome to This Week in Movies, the Oscars, as they rebranded it. And the broadcast was interesting. It was a hybrid type of broadcast where you had some people there in the theater, some people appearing in theaters and auditoriums all throughout the world via satellite links. And, they were like, we're going to try something different. Produced by Steven Soderbergh. The whole show basically was building towards a posthumous Oscar win for Best Actor for Chadwick Boseman for his role in Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. And the whole night, it was like, you could kind of feel it. Like, they announced that they were going to be switching the order of the awards for the first time in, I think, like 40 years. They were like, we're not going to do Best Picture last. We're going to do Best Actor. And everyone was like, oh, well, okay, this means he's probably winning it. There's probably going to be a very nice moment to close out the show. Anyways, we get to the big moment. We get to Best Actor. The end of the show, everyone's ready. You have Joaquin Phoenix out here who looks absolutely miserable to be there. And he runs through the nominees and he says, all right, the Oscar goes to Anthony Hopkins for The Father. And Anthony Hopkins is not there. Anthony Hopkins it's just a picture. And they're like, oh, he couldn't be here. And Joaquin Phoenix looks like he's like, this is my worst nightmare. I cannot believe I am here right now having to do this. And so he says, Anthony, the Academy accepts this on his behalf. Thank you guys, good night. And like just ends the show abruptly. Now this was like building to this big moment, this whole evening basically. When Joaquin Phoenix came out, they played him out with like soul music. Like it was such a bait and switch for an anticlimactic ending. And, people were very mad. People were disappointed. People felt like it was exploitative because the Academy had also given out NFTs of busts of Chadwick's head. And they said like part of it went to charity, but like seems a little odd to be like, here's an NFT of a bronze bust of this late actor's head. Like it's just a little much, a little try-hardy. So all of this leads to an outrage towards Anthony Hopkins for a bit. And that's when you know the Academy's messed up, is when they've got these fans mad at Anthony Hopkins, Sir Anthony Hopkins, one of the greatest living actors that we have. Yeah, I mean, so it got to the point that he goes on Instagram the next day and is like, thank you, nothing but love and respect for Chadwick Boseman and his work, and I wish his family best. And he puts this little speech out. It's very nice. His performance in The Father is apparently incredible. It looks like it is. It looks like he's amazing, so I'm sure it's deserved. And then it comes out that he told the Academy that he would speak. He's like, yeah, can I come on and if I win, can I accept it via Zoom? I'm 80 plus years old. I don't want to travel in the middle of COVID. Can I hop on Zoom? And they said no, because Zoom is a poor camera quality that ruins the aesthetic of the Oscars. The Oscars are hip now. We can't have poor Zoom quality. So he says, all right, I'm just going to be in bed, I guess. And that eventually, the whole fervor led up to Chadwick Boseman's family had to come out and speak on it and be like, hey, he was not snubbed. Anthony Hopkins is great. We know that, Chadwick would not be mad. He would not feel snubbed. He would just say, like, let's get back to work, basically. And it's sad that it came to that, to where, his family had to issue a statement on it. I think reporters asked Michael B. Jordan about it when he was promoting his new movie. I think a couple other, former co-stars and castmates also spoke on it. Like, it just really blew up in the Academy Awards face, like in the Academy's face. And it's incredible that so much planning and everything would be dependent on such an unknown. Like, imagine planning your entire show just on the hunch. Like, you have a pretty good hunch that he's gonna win Best Actor, but it's not for sure, but you're pretty sure. Like, that feels like a pretty iffy type of assurance to take a leap quite like that. During the Academy Awards, there was a commercial ran, like a special extended commercial, if you will, all about how we have to thank our movie theater employees. Matthew McConaughey is the big narrator, and it's all about how you should thank the theater employees because the movie theater employees are key to bringing the movies back to you, because everyone wants to go to the movies again. People have been waiting, and I gotta say, it's a nice sentiment. I appreciate the idea behind it, but this is not going to do anything. I worked at a movie theater for about 4 years, and I don't think anyone ever told me thank you. I can't fathom someone now, after so long waiting, is going to be like, oh, hey, thank you. You're telling me someone's going to walk in, see a concession line to the front door or to the little ticket tearing podium and be like, man, I gotta thank that employee when I get up there. My movie starts in 5 minutes and I'm so thankful to be back here at the theater. I don't know, man. Like, I just don't see any, it just rubs me the wrong way. It's a pipe dream. It's a very nice sentiment from Hollywood, but movie theaters are primarily made up of teenage employees most of the time, and then there's like the couple people that have been there long enough to not have been forced out and cycled through by management, and no one is thanking them. No one is offering any type of appreciation. It's always, that's not enough butter, this is cold pizza, why is it $20 for 2 ices and a popcorn? My movie started 5 minutes ago, hurry up. This person's taking too long. Like, it's a laundry list of complaints. Hey, I left all of my shit on the floor. Have fun cleaning it before the next movie. Like, this isn't going to be some thing now where everyone's galvanized around movie theaters and movie theater employees. I guarantee you, within the first week of movie theaters truly being open, some poor employee is going to have to clean up some terrible thing off of the floor of the theater. For me, it was sunflower seeds. Someone dropped a bag of sunflower seeds, chewed them all, spit it just all over the floor. Some of it was in a courtesy cup, which was also infuriating because it was like you knew and you had the cup. And then on top of the giant pile of shells and just everything, there was $1. There was just a single solitary dollar sitting on the top of this pile. There was also an instance where it was the same basic principle as the sunflower seed hill I'm describing, but it was chewing tobacco and there was no dollar. So all I'm saying is, it's a nice sentiment. If you are seeing this, please thank your movie theater employees. Let them know that you're grateful for them working, because that is a thankless ass job. Tom Cruise found himself in the headlines this week for basically being a hero since birth. So it came out that Tom Cruise, on the set of Cocktail back in the 80s, in 1988, saved the life of his co-star Elizabeth Shue, where they were filming, the director called cut, and Elizabeth ran towards the helicopter that the director was in for an aerial shot because she wanted to see the footage and wanted to watch it and get critique, get her notes. And she took off, headed straight towards the helicopter. Now, Tom Cruise, seeing this, freaks out and realizes she's running towards the back blade of a helicopter. So he jumps up and he runs out and he grabs her and pulls her down. He tackles her on the beach for this scene and saves her life. And she realizes, oh, I just almost ran blade first, like face first into the helicopter blades. Basically, that would have been a wrap on poor Elizabeth Shue here. And this is my favorite part of the article. It says, Tom is a pilot, rated in both airplanes and helicopters, and instantly saw the danger, the camera operator from that day said. Now, I am not a pilot. I am not rated in airplanes nor helicopters. But I feel pretty confident in saying that I don't think I need to be rated in either to know that running into the spinning back blade of a helicopter, probably not the best idea. I'm glad that a professional was there to be on the lookout in Tom Cruise. I just think that it's a little, like, I would think anyone would be like, oh, she's running, oh, we should probably, yep. Then, like a day after this cocktail story breaks out, this comes up. Tom Cruise rescues cameraman during Mission Impossible filming in Yorkshire. Like, this dude is just out here saving lives. He's saving the industry. He's saving college educations. This man is saving the world out here, essentially. A one-man army. What are you doing? You look at all Tom Cruise is doing and ask yourself what you're doing. So here's the picture. It says he caught a cameraman that was slipping who was wearing a harness at the time. So here's the picture. And all I can say, so at least he's masked up. We know Tom's rant is working there. We see the mask. Haley Atwell over here is just they're pointing and laughing. They're sharing a moment. They look like they're having an incredible moment here. But then we come here to Mr. Cruise, and that does not look like the face of a man that is having a good time here. Like, look at this guy. Look at his face. That is the face of a man responsible for saving the entire movie industry. That's a lot of pressure. That is the face of a man who is like, he doesn't even understand how lucky he is that I am here to save him. Now, everyone, I'm very sorry to say it. This isn't easy to say. I know we were all looking forward to it. I know we've all been eagerly awaiting the next big comic book movie. But Morbius has been delayed again. Man, it feels like we're never gonna get to see Jared Leto's take on Spider-Man's, 7th or 8th best villain, maybe 10th. I don't know, depending on how you feel. It's a pretty steep rogues gallery. A lot of options. But Sony's really in a bind here. So the movie was originally pushed back to January 21st, 2022. January, not a good release date usually for a movie, not a good indicator. Usually it signifies that the studio does not have faith in said movie. But yeah, anyway, so they were like, you know what? No, gotta push it back, gotta delay it. We gotta make sure Morbius is perfect. So it was delayed from January 21st, 2022 to January 28th, 2022. What are we going to do for that week? You're telling me Morbius is so detail oriented a film that those 7 days are going to be the difference between a burnout flop and a 5-movie franchise. You take all the time you need, Morbius. Warner Brothers and DC have found themselves in the news again for kind of a mixed bag this time. So they announced that Finn Wittrock, we're going to say, is going to play Guy Gardner in the leading role of HBO Max's new Green Lantern series. He's going to apparently be one of several lanterns that appear. The story is supposed to span decades, and it's going to go through all of these separate Green Lantern stories and adventures, all of this history. And that's cool. That's a great idea. I think Green Lantern is a property that has been begging for a relaunch since that Ryan Reynolds movie. But there's always a but when it's DC, Warner Brothers. They told Zack Snyder, when he was finishing the Snyder Cut, he asked, hey, can I do a cameo of Jon Stewart, Green Lantern, in the movie? And they said, please don't. We're saving Jon Stewart. We're saving Green Lantern for something separate. Please use a different character. And he was like, okay, that's fine. So today they announced Finn Wittrock as Guy Gardner, Green Lantern series. No mention of Jon Stewart at all. They say something like Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart are being saved for movies, and this is a TV show. So, I know you know where this is going. Say it with me. Please. Hashtag release the Green Lantern scene. Let's go. I should have seen it coming. So apparently they filmed the scene with the Green Lantern for Justice League before they were told to change it. So they have all of these fan pictures, all of these pictures of them, actually filming it, filming the scene in a driveway with a green screen, basically. And now fans are saying that the Snyder Cut is not the true Snyder Cut because we don't have the Green Lantern scene in the Snyder Cut. This is ridiculous. This is erasure on WB's part, and they just keep shooting themselves in the foot with this Snyderverse. Like, at this point, so much negative publicity has come out about these projects that are trying to, move on from the Snyder Cut. Like, you've caved once. You've released the Snyder Cut. You gave him like $80 million to finish the Snyder Cut. I think at this point, like, it's going to be this, or you're going to have to restore that verse there, guys. For Finn Wittrock, I almost forgot that we're going with Wittrock. I'm interested to see him as Guy Gardner because I've only ever seen him in the American Horror Story seasons he's in, and as the psycho in Ratched, which was the Netflix show based on Nurse Ratched from One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. So, like, I was kind of like, I don't know about this. Like, this feels like it could be a little dicey. Like, I'm interested to see him get that type of a role. And I guess, Warner Brothers must have thought of that because they put out early, like, test screening footage, basically, of him for the role. All right, so just pretend that's Parallax, okay? Okay, and we have Sinestro, and let's pretend that Hector Hammond is in here somewhere. Solomon Grundy over to the corner there. I'm excited. I think it's gonna be good. Great commercial. I appreciate the sentiment behind it. I do appreciate theater workers because I know it is a very thankless job. But, like, how about, like, a raise and some health insurance or something?